Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and I'm looking forward to this. It's an interesting rule set. It's by Nordy, this puzzle today, and we've done Nordy's puzzles a few times on the channel before, and they're always really excellent. So I'm interested how it's going to work. The rule set reminded me a bit of the puzzle about omens of something by Iveen, who came up with a rule set based on the digits around certain cells, and that might be similar to this. Maybe I'm on the wrong track. We'll see soon. Don't forget, on Patreon we're running Glum Hippo's hunt, the fossil hunt, which is this month's reward and is absolutely brilliant. Do check it out on Patreon if you haven't joined us there. It's the best Sudoku club in the world, as Simon often says, and he's right. And you can also check out our merchandise and our apps on the links under the video. The apps are excellent too. But the first link under in the description field is to this puzzle, Propellers by Nordy. So you can play it in our software. Thanks to Sven for the software, as always. And I'm going to go through the rules now. So normal Sudoku rules apply. That means we're going to put the numbers 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box of the grid. Each grey dot is the midpoint of a single 3-cell long line segment that must be drawn into the grid. Line segments are fully straight and can be oriented horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. So the grey dot is the centre of a straight 3-cell line. The 3 digits along a line segment cannot repeat, and they sum to the value shown in the corresponding midpoint cell. So I guess that means there are 3 cells. This is the central one. This 7 that I'm in here is the central one of 3 cells that add up to 7 and are in one of those 4 orientations. That's all there are. Okay. Line segments do not cross, overlap, or share cells with each other. Right. Okay, well those are the rules. So we're going to have to kind of put some propellers in the grid. I see why it's called that. And they're all not going to have to, well, they're all going to have to be able to sit with each other without crossing or touching or overlapping. Well, touching's all right, obviously. Not crossing, overlapping, or sharing cells. It specifically says. And I do understand that. I'm just incredibly bad at expressing it. So do give it a try on the link under the video. I'm going to enable the pen tool before I begin, because we've been specifically told that we have to draw the line segments into the grid, which is an unusual aspect of rules. But anyway, let's give it a go and let's get cracking. Okay, so no given digits here. We've got these. Well, we've got these 2 6s and these 2 7s. Right, there are no repeated digits. So the 6s have to each be a 1, 2, 3 set. Now they mustn't cross each other. Well, they mustn't share cells. That's in some ways the most important thing, I think. No, not crossing each other is quite important too, but they mustn't share cells. They can't bump into any other circles. Right. And these 7s are 1, 2, 4s as well. That might be worth bearing in mind. What are the ways that this one could go? Now, I think it could go that way. I think it could go that way. It can't go that way because it'll bump in. It'll share a cell with the 6 on its right. Yeah, these are definitely not the same clue, obviously. They've all got different lines. So I think I'm going to mark in possible. What do I do? Yellow for possible places where the line could be that we're going to have to draw in. One of those 1, 2, 3s is correct. Now I've got it. Okay, let's just take out the correct one for a moment. I'll show you why this one is wrong. If that was the 3x3, yeah, I can see this. This is wrong. That would be a 1, 2, 3. But the line for this one would also have to be vertical. Remember, it mustn't touch this line, it mustn't bump into it. So it would have to be vertical, and then you'd have 4 cells that would all be 1, 2, 3s. So that's not what's going on. Let's go back here, remove that line. Maybe I should color this line let's make it blue to say I have done, oh, bother. Ah, sorry, I'm just not good at drawing lines. Right, that's it. That's how this one goes. Now that's going to allow this 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is okay. And I can draw this one in as done as well, like that. And that consists of 1, 2, 3. And now we haven't got too many 1, 2, 3s in any row, column or box, particularly this box, because we've only got 3 of them. Now, that's going to impinge on these 1, 2, 4s? Well, obviously we can't have that diagonal. Right, we can't have vertical here either, because if that was 1, 2, 4, that cell couldn't exist. Now, because of what we've done, we can't have horizontal. No, we can't. We would have, if that was 1, 2, 4, we would have 5 cells filled with just the digits 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's too many. So horizontal doesn't work, vertical doesn't work, and that diagonal doesn't work. Therefore, we know where this one is. It's there. And now we've got another set of 1, 2, 4. And this one can't be vertical. Oh, I don't know. I thought I'd be able to determine where it was. It's not vertical, and it's not that diagonal clearly, but it's either that one. Okay, so let's put in a yellow I can't draw a yellow possibility line there and one there. And I suspect strongly it's not horizontal, but I have not got any proof, so that's just a hunch at the moment. Now, do I need to think about the numbers up here? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, there is something to think about this. Let's colour the numbers on this diagonal, red, yellow and blue, which represent 1, 2 and 3 in some order. Now this cell can't be red or yellow, but it is still 1, 2 or 3, so it's blue. This one can't be blue or yellow, but it's still 1, 2, 3, so it's red. On this line we've got red and blue, so we need yellow. Now, is that going to tell me? Yes, look, bingo, that tells me about this cell, which can't be red, blue or yellow. So it's not 1, 2 or 3, and we therefore know it is 4. And I can take 4 out of a bunch of other cells. This one is 1, 2 or 3, but it's not yellow or blue. It's red. This one is not red or blue, but it's 1, 2 or 3. It's yellow. And now we know that yellow and red are 1 and 2. And we know that blue is 3. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, that's so elegant. Right, where are we going to put the 4 on one of these lines? Not in those 2 cells, because we've got a 4. They must be a 1, 2, 4 line, because they add up to 7. So the 4 is in one of those, and one of these is 1 or 2. But it's not here, because that is being looked at by both red and yellow 1 or 2. So the 1 or 2 is here. Oh, my hunch is absolute bogusness, because we've now proved that this line is correct. So much for the Goodliffe hunch. It was nonsense. Now I'm going to make this line blue, because we're definitely right about it. I can write in the 4 there. And we've got real progress from the 6s and 7s and a bit of colouring. Oh, that's red. Might as well colour that now. Oh, and these 1, 2, 3s, we can take 3 out of those, because red and yellow are 1 and 2. I still haven't actually worked out which one's which. Now, the 13 clue. The 13 clue, obviously it has to avoid these cells. So it's diagonal that way or that way. And it can't use 1 and 2. I think it's got to be 3, 4, 6. It definitely has. So this cell is 3, 4, or 6. If this is in it, it's a 6, because it sees 3 and 4. Oh, but I can't see a way that I know which way that one goes. So I'm going to mark in the 2 possibilities. and try and remember that one of them is 3, 4, 6. Now, the reason I didn't think this line was likely to be horizontal was because of this. This is a 3 cell. I suppose it can be like that and avoid having repeat. Well, this digit sees 1, 2, 3 and 4 in the box. The highest it can be is a 7. So it is 5, 6 or 7. Does that rule out? I think that rules out this line because that digit would also have to be 5 or 6. The two of them would add up to at least 11. It also rules out this line for the same reason, and actually this line. So that 10 is definitely a diagonal going this way. And to go with 5, 6 or 7, this one is 3 or 4 because it sees a 1, 2 pair. It can't be higher because 5 there won't allow this to be more than 4. Now this is going to have to be 1 or 2, I think. 5 and 3 would leave 2 at a max. Yeah, so that is a cell I can colour. Now, what about this 9? Maybe I should have actually focused on that first. 9, well, yeah, here's a good thing to know about making up 9 in 3 digits. 2 of the digits on the 9 are going to be from 1, 2, 3. Any way you make it up, 2 of them are from 1, 2, 3, and 1 is a bit higher. So, yeah, that is quite interesting. So obviously the orthogonal, the vertical and horizontal are ruled out. So it's a diagonal. And it's not this one, I don't think. No, it's not. The reason it's not this diagonal is none of the digits, well, sorry, that's not true. This digit can be 1 or 2. But these, neither of those can be 1, 2 or 3. And we need 2 digits below 4 on the 9 line. So it's not that orientation. So rather implausibly as it looks, it must be that orientation. And the 2 digits that can be below 4 are going to be not here, which sees 1, 2 and 3, but here and here. So that one is yellow 1 or 2. This one is not 1 or 2, so that's 3. And then you add that to whatever's in here and you get 5 or 6 in that cell. I have a feeling there may be a way of playing yellow and red off against each other and figuring out what this is, but yeah, this isn't actually, yes, let's just do the maths. This isn't a 7 because that would need a 1, 2 pair either side. This is 5 or 6, so this is a pair. In fact, they add up to 11. These two add up to 3, so that's 14 on these lines. That is a 3. Oh, bother. I think I've proved this wrong now. I've done something wrong. That's really annoying. Have I done something wrong? No, I haven't. Well, I have, but it was just 2 moves ago. So here I said this was 5 or 6 because my maths was absolutely faulty, flawed, and useless. That is 4 or 5. Now we can achieve this. Right. So this, I could still take 7 out of there, but I now don't have a pair here. I have a pair here. They add up to 3. That's a 3. That makes 6. Now, the total of 10 and 9 is 19. So apart from the 6, I've got 13 in these 3 cells. These could, well, okay, the 2 in column 4 can't be 5 and 6 now, because then the minimum value I have is 14. So one of them is a 4, and that one is here. And that means that now we suddenly disambiguate yellow and red. Yellow has to be a 2 for this 9 line. So let's highlight all the yellows, make them 2s. Highlight all the reds and make them 1s. And can I do this? Yes. No? No. No, I can't finish that line, but I've done 1s and 2s. That's quite exciting. Hasn't fixed this in any way. Oh, okay, I thought this would do more. Okay, I've got 3s. I can place 3 in row 6. Yeah, let's do a bit of Sudoku. Never does any harm in a Sudoku puzzle, or rarely. Okay, this 18. Oh, it obviously has to come... Oh, this is huge. And maybe I could have focused on this earlier. That must be in that orientation to actually fit in the grid as a propeller. And, oh, look, yes, this is huge. None of the digits, well, certainly now, none of the digits can be 1, 2, 3, or 4. And yet they add up to 18. They are 5, 6, 7. We've got a triple here. One of those two is therefore 7, and that's not. We've got an 8, 9 pair left in the central box. Does it not give me more than that? Maybe not. That is the same as that because it's the digit that's not there on the 18 line. Okay, this 10 do seem to be... no. Oh, that's really interesting. This orientation... oh, that's really weird. This orientation doesn't work. I thought 3 was a nice low number, leaving all sorts of ways of making 7 here, but no. Since we can't use 1 or 2 in those cells, and we're not allowed to repeat the 3, there is actually no way of making this the propeller here. So we're going to put it in that way. And these two digits have to be at least 3 and 4, which would make this at a maximum 3 by maths. It can't be a 3, so it must be 1 or 2. And these now add up. They are either 4, 5... oh no, I suppose they can have a 3 in. Oh, they can't be 3 and 4. I'm tempted to say that this group of cells together adds up to... no, I don't know. Okay, yes, one of them can be 3 or 4, and the other one can be 5 or 6. They can't go any higher. We can't have 1, 2, 7 here. So somehow I've got a 3, 4, 5, 6 quadruple on this line, which, I don't know, it makes that digit 7, 8, or 9, I suppose. It's not all that helpful, weirdly. Okay, should I be looking up here? 10 is a low number. 18 is surrounded. It only has 2 orientations left. 20 is quite a high number. I don't know where I'm meant to be looking next. Okay, this 13 diagonal, whichever way it is, I think we decided it was 3, 4, 6. So 3 in this box is now on in one of those two cells. Now that doesn't mean this has to be the 3, 4, 6 diagonal, because it could be there with 3 in the middle. 4 is in one of those two cells. And that leaves me none the wiser about where the 3, 4, 6 goes. Better informed, my lord, but none the wiser. Oh look, 4 and 4. I've got just an ordinary hidden single 4 there. Now, this can't be 1, 2, or 3. Is that interesting? Yes, this is interesting. Right, these 3 can't add up to 10 because the least they could be is 3, 4, 5. That's too much. Therefore, 10 is going to take that digit, 1 from the top row and 1 from the bottom row. The 1 from the bottom row is going to be at least 5. The 1 there can now only be a 4. Oh, look, it can't be 3 either. The 1 from the bottom row is at least a 5. That's at least 4. That's exactly what it's got to be. There's a 4 there, there's a 5 down there, and there's a 1. Oh, it's in one of those two cells. So the line is either there or there. That's not the 5. Oh, that's weird. Okay. So either that line or that line is right for 1, 4, 5, making 10. That was the place to look. Now, 4 can't be there. Oh, and we eliminated 4, which has to be on one of these diagonals. And now it can't be in any of these cells. That is correct. So 4 is there, and the diagonal that is correct here is from the corner. That is right. So that's not right. Let's do it in the right color. Blue means we've completed it. It cannot, oh, it is 4, 3, 6. That must be the 6. This is the 3 in the middle. And another one is done. I'm going to uncolor blues at least. In fact, the coloring may be entirely unnecessary from here on. These 2 cells in box 4 go up there. 8 and 9 are in this group. Oh, this 22. Yeah, there's no repeated digits, so it can't be there or there or there. This is huge. This is the big clue. I know you've been shouting that at me. Anyway, it's because we've just put those there. This has got 9 and 8 in these 3 cells, which is where the line is, by the way, because it couldn't be any of the others. So 9 and 8 are on it. To make it to 22, we need a 5. Bingo, we're done. 6 there, 7 here. That's 6, that's 5. Let's get rid of the green colouring, which has served its purpose. This line, we just have to add up. We get a 3 there. These don't have a 5 in. It's a 6, 7 pair. 5's up there. I don't know what to do with that. 3 and 6. Oh, I thought this was almost impossible, but no, it's now 5, 4, 1, and that propeller is done. What else have we got? Let's just look at 1s and 2s. I don't know. I keep thinking they'll be quite easy to enter. Right, I've been avoiding corner marking cells for a little bit, but it can be put off no longer. It does often help with, I'm limiting, with the corner marks, I'm limiting where a cell can be within a box. Oh, this 18, is it that way, 5, 6, 7? That's the alternative. That would also have to be 5, 6, 7. So in fact, this cell is 5, 6, or 7, and it sees a 5 and a 6. That's a 7. So if it's this way, it's 5. Right. Yes, it's not 5, 7, 6 that way, because this cell would have to be a 5, and then the 5 for the 5, 4, 1 would be next to it, and that would be 2 5s in 2 cells in a row and in a box. So this is achieved by going that way. That's right. 5, 7, 6. Yeah, we do know the order because 5 is confined in those cells. So that's a 6. That's a 5. We've got 8 and 9 to fill in on the perimeters of row 2 at some point. Still hasn't resolved this one, but never mind. We've got a 6, 8, and... oh no, 6 goes in the middle of an 8, 9 triple. That means that 8, 9 as a pair are here in box 3 because they can't be up here. This is a 5, 7 pair. It's not a pair. We've got a 5 looking up at them. This is now a 1, 2, 3 triple. That must be a naked 3. This is a 1, 2 pair. And that still doesn't resolve my line there. 3. That's 8 or 9 in this column, I think, because it sees all the other Sudoku digits. That gives me an 8, 9 pair. I see. That makes this a 6, 7 pair. I could have done it that way. That's 8 or 9. We've placed 5 in that box in a weird manner. And here we've got an 8, 9 pair as well. So 5, 7 at the bottom. Now, I'm going to have to come to these 20s in a moment, I think, because I don't think I can resolve this yet. Right, what else have we got? Oh, hang on, 2. 2 can't be in the 20 cell, so 2's in one of those. 2 in a 20 cell would mean it would share the line with 2 9s, which isn't allowed. These are from 4, 8, 9, and definitely include a 4. Now, what is going on with these 20 cells? I'm going to have to figure them out, finally. I don't know how. Right, the 2 means it's not vertical. The 3 means it's not that way. So this 20 is either, wrong colour, is either that way. Oh, wrong line. It's either that way or horizontal. How are we going to add up to 20? This is, well, it's not going to be 1. Ah, we can place 1 in this column because it's not going to be on the dot, even less so than 2. So 1 goes there, 2 goes there. This is 8 or 9 in the middle. Is that possible? 21 I can see, or 24. Oh no, 794. That is possible. That's irritating. That too. Oh look, 789 triple. Right. Surely this 20 must. Yeah. At most it can use only 1 of 789. Right. Well, it can use at most 1 from 789. The maximum is 9. And therefore it has to use 2 from below that. And the maximum is 6 and 5. And 9 plus 6 plus 5 does make 20. So that's how this 20 is made up. A 9 from up there, a 6 and a 5. So one of them is there, but it can't be 5 because we've said that's in one of these cells. I'm not sure what the basis on which I said that was in one of these cells was. I'm not sure I trust that at all, actually, even now. Why had I written 5 into one of those cells? Just looks utterly nonsense to me now. I don't know. I don't know why I'd done that. I'm taking it out. This is 5 or 6, and the other of 5 or 6 is in one of these, matching up with a 9 on this line. And that 5 or 6, that now means this is not... Does it sort this out? This is not 5, 6 here. Why had I written 5s into those cells? It's just utter bogusness. I don't know what I was thinking I was doing when I did that. 4. I was trying to write 4 into one of these cells because it must be here. That must be what I was doing. Okay, this can't be a... Oh no, it can't be a 4 if that's a line, but that might not be a line. I'm so close here. 1. 1, 1, that can't be a 1 because that line could... If it's on the line... it can't be a 1 because of that. Right, we've placed 1 in box 7. I'm sorry, you shouted at me where it was going and I just couldn't hear. We get 1 and 2 up at the top. Now, this 1 is part of this line. So the line's not... it's not that way. And it's not yellow. It's a blue line going down there. Gosh, I'm so slow with the lines. Anyway, 1, 4, 5 there. That's not a 5. That's not important. What's important is that this is not a 5. This is a 6. And the 5 is in one of those two. So we're looking at a diagonal here. I go back to my possible lines. Let's do it properly. There we go. The 5, so the 9 is in one of those cells and not there. And 6 is sorting out this whole column. 7, 8 now, 9 and 2 at the bottom, which I could have looked at ages ago and got. Those are 7 and 9 as a pair now. Those are 8 and 5. That's a 6. Come on. Come on. Oh, I'm stopped again, but I've still got this one to sort out. I'm really close now. 7, 9, 8, 1, 6, 2. These are all from 3, 4, 5. Oh, no. 3 can't be in those. So it's 3 in the corner. Marvellous. Losing its religion. Now, that has to be the 9, 6, 5 diagonal because the other one has a 3 on it. Isn't it nice when a 3 in the corner actually is the last big deduction in the puzzle? That's cute. So that's blue. Right, I want to get the propellers done. That's been the whole point of doing these propellers as lines in the kludgy way I do them is that... Oh, hang on. Ooh, I'm going to finish off up here, but I'm a little concerned that something has gone wrong at the bottom. Because there's no... Okay, that's not the line. Right, this is all right. That's all right. I thought I'd suddenly killed everything off. That's not the line. This is the actual line for this last propeller. Yes, the whole point, sorry, I was trying to say before my brain rudely interrupted my mind, was that I've been carefully drawing in the propellers so we get a look at the end of the puzzle at what the propellers are meant to look like in the grid, and that's why they're called propellers. Anyway, this 794, I think it has to be to make 20. That's an 8. 5 and 7 are done. Now we're just filling in the final numbers. 3 and 7 here, like that, fixes the 6-7 pair. We've got lots of 8 9s left to do. 6, 8 and 9 along the bottom. Oh my goodness, where do we... Oh, we get them from this column, do we? Is that the only place, or that column? Okay, 9 looks up there. 8, 9, 8, 9, 8, 9, and we finish off with 8, 9. And there we go. That is a lovely puzzle. That's really interesting. And again, another rule set. Really simple idea. It seems amazing that I've never seen it before, but it works very neatly. And I mean, part of that is because what Nordy's done is not just used a very interesting rule set that he may have devised, I don't know, but he's also executed it perfectly to make a quite approachable puzzle that has some stuff hidden in it. I think it's really good. I really like that sort of puzzle. Anyway, thank you for watching as always on Cracking the Cryptic. Hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.